to drop down over there on the lanes. This is going to be do or die for ALPHA7. If they want to stay there and move and keep the hopes, they need to win this one for Team Vitality. They hope to take that early game and just start pushing since the beginning.
Start pushing since the beginning. I mean, like you were saying there, Isaac, the early game potential for Team Vitality is there, but the late game potential is where they start to suffer, right?
Exactly. When we talk about late game potential here, right? Ooh, just look at the interesting start coming in from ZhanQ here. He chooses to start from the farm lane immediately, securing the fire beak, and further just starting to jungle from that point onwards. But yet again, with that approach, his board has been stolen from the side of A7's Danny.
Yeah, so Danny knows what the game is, right? So he's just paying back the dues that, hey, you steal my camp, I steal yours. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
It's got to be like that. It needs to be not only trying to stay to your plan, but reading the other team's movements. And after you read your movements, immediate action.
Yeah, I mean, that's the difference between a great team and a good team, right? Like, if a great team is obviously helping themselves to your jungle early game, a good team isn't necessarily going to be reacting to that. They're just going to allow and not react to it. But now, speaking of that, we get a bit of a brawl into the mid lane. Danny is just taking a little bit of damage there. He's able to because he is Orgrin after all.
And I love what is Vitality doing here, right? They are just sharing all these resources, making sure that ZhanQ makes it out of jungle even faster, right? And for Neil, he did a good job along with 19. They both secured these side lane objectives here, making sure that they secure whatever they need to push the 600 goal lead at the start of the game.
Danny being a little bit faster over there on that farming, and I think that he is just pacing right now. It's been actually really quick.
Very quick pacing, right? Like, he's just making sure he's able to get as much resources out of those 4 minions into the mid lane. But we are seeing a bit of a teleportation down to the bot side of the map. He knows that Danny is down there, potentially waiting for that Crimson buff to come back up, right?
Exactly, and look at this. 10 men strong going to the bot side. Set sail has been casted though. Will we see an engage here? Seems like both teams are still pondering around as they are not sure if they want to fight or not, as there are no objectives to be fighting about.
There's no objectives to fight. They just need to come clean the wave and then just go back to their jungle. Protect their resources because that Crimson Golem and that Azure Golem are going to be vital.
Going to be vital. I mean, we are able to get the steal away for those boars onto the side of Team Vitality. But honestly, I feel like Tufts was just using that set sail as a little bit of a warning sign, right? Like, we saw that Team Vitality was gathered around this bush. As soon as that horn came out, they was like, guys, we got to dip. We cannot be stuck together because we will get hit together.
Exactly right. When you talk about the Sun Tzu ultimate set sail, the boat, you got to listen for audio cues because the whole map will listen to it and you can hear that, oh, the boat is coming. We got to dip. We got to back off.
Exactly. Backing off is probably the best call there for obviously ALPHA7 at this point in the game. You don't really want to be losing anybody at this point. We're getting into about a minute mark before those tyrants and those overlords are coming online.
The rotations right now are just perfect from both of the junglers. The teams are just immediately understanding how this game is. Like, the stakes are extremely high and there's going to be Team Vitality, the one that is going to be pushed out of that brush.
Push out of that brush. I mean, we're seeing the XP lead already for ALPHA7. Danny, right? He's level 7. ZhanQ's only just attained that, so he's already getting a little bit of a lead within that regards. But is it going to be enough to topple the power, the damage from Pei?
Right now, it's just a very little advantage. But that little advantage in terms of
Snowball
being facing a Pei that is supposed to have the lead right now, that is actually gigantic.
It is gigantic. It's just 4 minutes short, and right now we are slowly but surely collapsing onto this Tyrant here. And all this lead will funnel into your first item that you're about to be getting. Look at ZhanQ. He's almost completing his Axe of Torment. If he gets it right here, he's going to be a force to be dominant with at this Tyrant.
Yeah, Axe of Torment, always a great answer to the squishier heroes onto the side of the enemy team, right? But also, we're looking at the Marco Polo. He has one of those key items, right? He has the Spark Forge Dagger. Next is going to be the Doomsday to get that more attack speed.
The priority is going to come for ALPHA7. They're going to take that Tyrant. It's going to be uncontested. And how is Vitality going to answer to that?
Answering to that, it's okay. Vitality can play chill because one thing's for sure, Zhan, this Marco Polo, and ZhanQ, the double Zhans here, they only start being activated towards the mid game when ZhanQ gets the Doomsday plus Axe of Torment. When Zhan gets the Spark Switch and Doomsday as well. At that point, Danny's gonna have a tough time tanking damage.
And we speak about the Axe of Torment, it has just been built on ZhanQ, right? So he's now going to have that great amount of damage. A little bit of armor piercing come through as well. But right now, if we look at the goal difference, it's still, like Isaac was saying a moment ago, it's still very small. But it's not really came into any kind of fruition, right? We haven't had a team fight.
I think that we need to understand that even though it was small, it allowed the 10 seconds advantage that they needed. Look at that. They want to box. Can they actually take this one? It's going to be a first blood Q comes in, and he's going to take that one.
And this is what I'm talking about. Axe of Torment. This is what you need to melt down squishies. Gives you cooldown reduction, gives you damage, gives you armor piercing. So this item is so perfect here. The damage was so high that CR7 could not react at all.
Yeah, great setup down there to the bottom side of the map as well, right? Obviously, not only first blood, but they're able to actually take Zan into the middle side of that and freeze the wave. The boat does miss, but he's able to get out of there. ALPHA7 Fury is pretty much counting his chickens at this point, hoping that he doesn't die, but it is going to be the T1 takedown into the mid lane right now. A bit of an impressive start here from Team Vitality.
Such an important tower being taken down on the side of ALPHA7 here.
Be careful.
Hold on.
Then he goes in with the Conductor of Souls. He gets out with the board help as well. So thanks to Fury in the mid lane, he's able to get out scot-free.
You were talking about the tier 1 turret, right? Like, it's such an important piece of ground. Like, you want to keep that one always alive, isn't it?
Exactly. If you look at the map, right, if this tier 1 goes down, you have free access towards the jungle here. If anyone steps above the tower that was down, they are accessible towards the flank from the red side or the blue side here. So this tower being down, your jungle objectives will be in danger.
Yeah, a lot of real estate opening up there for the side of Team Vitality onto the side of ALPHA7's jungle, right? They can kind of be a little bit more cheeky with it, trying to get these boars, but they know on the side of ALPHA7 is that if they see an opportunity to take these small camps, they have to take it there.
Exactly, because all these small camps contribute to big goal leads, right? Because look at this now. It was just a 500 goal lead short of both teams here, but look at this. 1 kill, 2 towers, resulting in almost a 2,000 goal lead for South Vitality right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like kind of like a pinnacle, right? There was just waiting to get to that peak and get that gold lead, but right now, Niap may be in a little bit of a trouble here. We do see that Zan used his ultimate, the Fever Barrage, and it wasn't enough to even claim the kill onto Niap.
That Yin just being so mobile, being able just to take a 1v3, loses the turret, but is able to go back home with its life.
But that's what you want from Vitality, right? Yes, the kill is extra. As long as you get the turret, the objective is what they're coming for. Once that's secured, we're going back to our farm, we're going to look at all these camps, and right now, once again, they're setting the tempo again. Look at Zan, further taking away the wolf camps.
Yeah, that's it. This is what the T1 takedown is the direct consequence of as well, right? Like, you can have access to those little parts of those camps into the jungle, as well as now we're seeing the T2 takedown into the clash lane as well. CR7, Danny on the scissor side. We're looking at a bit of a pincer movement right now, trying to get a takedown onto Team Vitality. Danny is soaking up the damage from Neil at this point.
They are trying their very best just to try to turn things around. ALPHA7 just playing a lot better than they did in game 1, but Team Vitality controlling all of the resources and making that gold just become bigger and bigger and bigger, the gap.
Man, Vitality is so clean today. This is even cleaner from their performance against Dominator Esports. Right now, Vitality, just by making all these small plays, all these objective plays, tower after tower, camp after camp, that goal lead that we talked about 1 minute ago, look at it now, 3,000 already.
That's what I'm speaking about, though, right? Like, into the green room, I was talking about these teams that played on day 1 seem to have a bit of pre-show jitters, but now we get into day 3. They're getting their second chance on their glory stage there, and they seem like a different unit.
They're having already like the performance that we're used to, right?
Yes.
Like always in day 1 and day 2, everyone is a little bit too stiff, but right now, after everyone has loosened up, Team Vitality looks to be a lot stronger.
Yeah, I mean, they've had quite a bit of catering from the hotel, no doubt. I mean, it's been some good food, so it's kept us going, and it's going to keep keeping the players going right now. But if we're speaking about food, we look about resources. The 28.1k here for Team Vitality is almost around about that 3k gold lead. So the one that you pointed out earlier, Sagi, that 2k is slowly getting away from ALPHA7. They need to take a team fight here. Danny maybe getting taken out, though. Yes, used the Conductor of Souls. The set sail did not hit one bit, which is a little bit unfortunate there for the side of Team Vitality.
Ooh, once again, another awkward engage from both teams here. It's like, okay, we want to fight, but it's not a full commit here because yet once again, no objective to come in. So they took a handshake, but coming in 10 minutes will be the first big team fight that we're going to see this game.
You analyze this game and you compare it to the games that we've had before today, and this one is different. In the games before, we had a lot of fights, a lot of kills, and in this one, it's been already 10 minutes and only 1 kill in the whole game.
I think there's a difference in playstyle, right? In the PKL Grand Finals that we saw just now, at the lower bracket, they love to fight. They love these 5v5s around objectives. But for this, they're like, okay, if we can do it, we will do it. If we cannot defend it, we will give it for free and we will look for resources elsewhere. So it's a different type of playstyle, a more safe and reserved playstyle for this team.
Yeah, I mean, if teams play like this, how Team Vitality are, and you aren't getting a very reactive team, which fortunately for the side of ALPHA7, they're playing very reactive. They're kind of mirroring their playstyle. Unfortunately, it's not keeping up in terms of obviously the real estate of the turrets, but they are not dropping meaningless lives, right? It's only 1 kill for the side of Team Vitality, and that's a good thing.
We're getting to the 10-minute mark, and for Pei, this is the moment that needs to really get online. He's got like 2 or 3 more minutes where he still has an advantage, and then right after that, he's just gonna become 1 more marksman.
Exactly. Pei this hero, as we mentioned, tempo hero with the Mai Shiranui. As the Succubus Claw, as the armor comes up for the side of A7, it's going to be even more difficult for these 2 tempo heroes to really escalate towards a team fight in the later on stage.
I think this is where obviously John comes in with the Marco Polo though, right? Like he is going to be needing to step up once he gets that point in the game. Obviously we'll probably see a lot more Crimson Golems going over to the side of Zan on Team Vitality so he can do a lot more damage. That true damage that you can get from the Marco Polo's procs of his stacks is going to be fatal in these team fights.
As the game is just moving forward and we get later and later and later, Marco Polo is going to become a lot more important. And I don't know if ALPHA7 has the composition just to be able to face a gigantic Marco Polo.
Facing Marco Polo, he wants to go with the Fever Barrage, right?
Yes.
Who is there to burst him? CR7 with this long. Once he gets that Siege Breaker, he's gonna hit like a truck.
Like a truck, and I mean, if they're able to secure this Shadow Tyrant, which is obviously the yellow objective on the map for those at home, they are going to get that increased damage and movement speed, but Tufts into the back line here. It forces out the Infinite Bastards. The board has been laid down. Is this the runway strip for ALPHA7? It is looking like Tufts gets caught out. That is a double kill for ALPHA7, and this neutral objective is looking like a clean sweep.
A 3-0 trade for ALPHA7. They are going to take this Dark Tyrant for free, and this is looking better. Right now, they might be able to turn things around, isn't it, Sagi?
This is the composure that we want for our top-tier team. They know, okay, Zan Q and Neil, these 2 picks, insanely strong in the early to mid-game. We are avoiding you at all costs. Once a 10-minute click, like you mentioned, they're scaling off. They're desperately looking for a team fight. They fumbled, we got it, and that is the lead that they got back.
Amazing moment for ALPHA7, Lam.
Yeah, actions get consequence, and consequences here is going to be that T1 takedown into the mid lane. We've seen the ALPHA7 really respectively been able to hold off any further kind of advancements from the side of Team Vitality in that mid lane for a very long time, because that T1 in the mid lane takedown for Team Vitality seems like years ago.
Okay. Let's give a breather for Team Vitality fans, right? Okay, let's analyze a bit. How do they want to come back from this situation? Yes, the goalie does seem in favor for ALPHA7 for only 1,000 goalie. But if you look at the team composition for Vitality, they have a lot of setup coming in from who? 19 on the Moses Cannon Blast spell 2. Neil on the multiple knockoffs of this hero, Mai Shiranui, and Tufts on the set sail. So they need to find an angle to CC lock CR7 on this long to really secure the win.
Look at that. Mai Shiranui just over there, trying to wait and see what's going to be the rotation from ALPHA7. He says that he's not going to capitalize out of anything by standing right over there and just TPs back home.
He's still lurking. Observers, he's still lurking. He might find the low that is slowly but surely heading towards the Azure Golem here.
Look at that.
Yeah, if he's able to get that takedown of the CR7 on the Lung, it could be trouble for the side of ALPHA7. But right now, 19 is just phase checking with the Cannon Blast, with the dashes from the Motsu at this point, making sure he doesn't get caught out. It's going to be vital here. The think inside the box could really overturn these team fights. But speaking of overturn, it was actually John Q was able to maintain that Azure Golem from that barrage of attacks by ALPHA7.
I just love how Neil right now has been camping there for such a long time. Like really just being an assassin, waiting for the right moment. Doesn't need to be there all the time, just needs to be there in the right time.
Patience is a virtue, right? I mean, this is exactly what Neil needs to be keep in mind in his mind. But right now, we do see a little bit of a move, a lot of movement, potentially going to go and contest the Crimson Golem, maybe trying to keep a bit of an eye here, but Danny is able to secure the second neutral objective, and it's not just any neutral objective, it's the Shadow Overlord. And for those at home, that's going to give them the pressure that they've been ever so missing in this game number 2.
Right now, we're at the end stage, right?
Yes.
A7 fully scaled towards their expectations here. The more time you give them, look at that. 2 Storm Sword being completed into a Siege Breaker here. The moment this CR7 on long, he presses 2 spells and 1 auto attack with the 3 Flaming Palms, you're gone if you're a Squishy.
Oh, this is looking like it could go anywhere. We thought that it was going to be for Team Vitality. It looked like they were doing a pretty good game. But then that fight over there, that ALPHA7 turnaround, it was so good. Look at that, Blam.
2v1 takedown, and potentially here, it's going to be a gank from John Q as well. Takedown onto the Mainkan. We have a set sail. Is this going to be coordinated, or is this going to miss?
Just like that. Set still, rip the boat, I'm out of here. Mainkan gets caught out on Niap, but for the side of Tubbs, he gets out clean. But right now, it's a 5v4 situation that's going to be breaking out.
They're able to get the Zero Golem for the side of ALPHA7 from Team Vitality's camps there as well. John Q waiting in the wings there, maybe trying to get a pick up onto Bilal on the Dolia, and that could be enough on the sustain that the side of Team Vitality needs. But Danny on this Ogryn is a beast. He is able to take those balls. He's able to just get out of there and sustain and soak that damage from the Marco Polo. Have to be careful here. John Q maybe getting caught out with a 3v1. That is unfortunate for Team Vitality, and even a Brucey bonus there for ALPHA7. The high ground turret goes.
He wanted to 1v3 them, and what is going on? He did not take it, and right now they pay with the turret.
It's a hype of a moment kind of thing. If we succeeded, it would be a 1v3 cool outplay here. But ladies and gentlemen, that was crazy stuff coming from A7 and Danny. Look at that, 100,000 damage tank as an Ogryn here. Wow, what a number.
Absolute huge number, but I mean the fact that is they're able to stave off that early game, that mid-game power spike from the pay, and obviously the Mai Nui, he's able to soak that damage, right? Because he wasn't taking those team fights, he wasn't taking those L's.
At the beginning of the whole BP, we just said that we wanted to see if ALPHA7 was able just to push it to the late game, and right now look at that, it's already 16 minutes, and they look stronger than ever.
They look stronger than ever. Shadow Tyrant being secured once again for the side of ALPHA7, further buffing any sort of damage that ALPHA7 needs and requires. And right now, they're knocking onto another tier 3 on the back side of Vitality.
Yeah, I mean, this is what they don't want to do, right? This high ground turret for a takedown is going to be a bit of an issue here for the side of Team Vitality. Those side lanes are definitely opening up at this point. Those flaming bombs are hitting a lot harder now, like you were saying, Sagi, thanks to the itemization.
The itemization, Siegebreaker, cool stuff, 50% lower health immediately does a lot of damage when you're low. And also, with the fact of he has a hammer, it also does you a lot of work when it comes to the armor piercing reduction. So definitely these two items combat well, and right now, the last tier 3 has fallen.
ALPHA7 wants to come in. It's going to have to be Sunso coming back just to try. It's very best to be able to stay there. Thank you.
Oh, he gets a takedown onto CR7. Does a lot of damage for the side of ALPHA7 being taken down. He's trying to take that Fury into the backline. He has been captured by the board. The Sage's Sanctuary has been procced. He goes straight into the damage of Team Vitality. And Bilal is looking pretty low. That is a 3-2 trade for Team Vitality. They were on their back legs. They're now on their fours.
Another epic comeback coming in from Vitality's team fight. Zanq and Neil got the perfect flank onto CR7, the crucial carry and member of the side of ALPHA7 here. They got that, and now they have more hope coming into this game as they have their eyes on the Shadow Overlord.
In the moment that ALPHA7 looked like they had it already there, like they wanted to push into the high ground, as they retreat, they were unable to be able to go back home.
Unable to go back home, but the pressure that ALPHA7 has created by the takedown of all those high ground turrets is going to be something that Team Vitality is always having to keep check right now. Not only in trying to take the neutral objectives, but farming the farm.
Exactly as you mentioned, Blam. With 3 of these towers going down, imagine how much pressure it is when Tempest Dragon spawns. By ALPHA7 right now, they can just play patient and wait for the wave, but they don't want to be patient as they're starting on the objective.
The Overlord, that Shadow Overlord needs to be the next objective. We are 70 seconds away from the Tempest Dragon, and the fight might start right over here.
Fight might start right over here, but they do have to go back. I mean, here, could we see a backdoor here from John Q? We see that ALPHA7 is looking to rotate from the mid lane and obviously spare the expense of ALPHA7 CR7. Right now, again, Bilal gets phase checked by 19, but it is going to be aided by Danny, who gets it. It is going to be Tubbs. He's able to outsmite ALPHA7 Danny.
And 40 seconds on the clock. With this Shadow Overlord, they have more room to play on this Tempest Dragon. With this Shadow Overlord, they can summon Vanguards, Dragons to really clear out these super minions that's clashing towards all 3 lanes here. So that gives them a bit of hope when they want to tackle or set up on this Tempest Dragon. But for ALPHA7. They just have to wait it off. They just have to clear these waves and recuperate. Once the timer is up, that's when ALPHA7 strikes back.
The problem right over here is the overlords, right? I do believe that those vanguards, as they push forward, they're going to put so much pressure on ALPHA7 that they will not have priority for the Tempest Dragon.
It's a potential, right? It is a potential, but they are holding on to that Shadow Vanguard as well. They do drop it into one of the lanes as well, dropping it into the mid to clear them off. Obviously, a bit of a team fight going to go hard here, hoping that ALPHA7 is able to come out on top. We see that Neil gets taken down. It is the Vanguards keeping that crystal alive. Zan, he has the Sage's Sanctuary. We have John Q going, rotating to the mid, trying to stop those minions. ALPHA7, Danny, CR, and Bilal are looking for the run. Nia as well. It seems like a little bit of a two-man 70s cop chase at this point.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Right now it's going to be the minions over there in mid lane. It's going to be only Tranquil, the last hope. But I don't think that there's going to be any hope in there.
No, unfortunately not. We have one man on this. It is not one man in the dream. It is ALPHA7 with the dream of game number 2.
It's such a high-stake game. One more game towards the lower bracket. ALPHA7 comes on top once again.